What would it take to undoubtedly prove life beyond death to you? Well, this story comes from a woman who believes she received a strange message from beyond. This woman named Jane posted a strange video that she says was taken from a security camera in the home that she inherited from her parents after their deaths. Within the span of 12 months prior, she says they both passed away unexpectedly. Before dying on March 4th, 2020, Jane says that her mother told a very strange story after her father passed away. She allegedly claimed to see him in a dream, and he made the promise that it would snow on Thanksgiving and Christmas. In many parts of the US, snow tends to come around this time, so it doesn't necessarily sound like that impressive of a claim. Though Jane states that she lives in a desert climate and it generally doesn't snow at all there. But amazingly, on Thanksgiving and Christmas, she says they got literal feet of snow. What you're about to see is the odd video that was captured on Jane's security camera in the breakfast room of the home. She says it went on for a total of about 60 seconds and wasn't picked up on any other camera in the house. Take a look. The odd visual of what looks like flakes of snow can be seen materializing and slowly falling all around the room. This appears impossible as it makes no sense that it would be snowing inside, and it's very confusing to look at. This could obviously be some strange dust phenomena, though I personally have never seen anything like this. Jane believes it to be something more astonishing than dust or strange lighting, however, as she ends the post with these words: "When I saw this video, I knew it was my mom. She made it snow for me." So was this her deceased mother or father sending her this sign from beyond the grave? Or is there another explanation for this strange video? Let me know what you think. What really goes on in your home when you aren't paying attention? A man named Ricky set up various cameras around his home that he usually will use as overall security or just to keep an eye on his kids. But since he put them up, he started to notice some very strange things happening in the footage. This first clip was taken by one of the cameras in the apartment. It overlooks the kitchen, and you can also see into the living room where his son can be seen watching television. What happens next is very strange. With no one in the kitchen, an object forcefully flies off the table and hits the ground. His son turns his attention to the sound and walks over to investigate. The object that was previously set on the middle of the table, nowhere near the edge, is now laying on the ground a few feet away. Clearly confused, he calls his father over, who also seems puzzled when he's told what happened. But what caused it? Well, this next video shows the potential source for the strange occurrence. While his younger son watches TV in a bedroom, Ricky noticed something very disturbing on the footage that shocked him to his core. A ghoulish white head can be seen peeking in through an open door at the back of the room. The young boy doesn't even seem to notice as it vanishes almost as quickly as it appears. Ricky claims to have no idea what this was, but he's quite obviously ready to leave the apartment after seeing this pale figure. The chance of this being nothing more than a hoax is possible, as it could just be Ricky staging these situations, though he seems genuinely terrified and confused by the activity, even going so far as to stage the home in an attempt to rid it of the dark energy. So what do you think this is? Is there a disturbing entity haunting his apartment, throwing objects and stalking him and his children? Or is he behind the whole thing? You decide. What's the weirdest thing you've personally witnessed firsthand? Well, earlier this year, a man named Luca was out working. He was doing deliveries when he and his partner noticed something very odd in the sky above. Take a look.
Hey, so out making deliveries, and what is this? There's a floating broom. Look, it's just floating. Like, seriously. And there's no wire, there's nothing it's connected to. It's... What is that? Seriously. It's just and it's moving too.
He steps out of the delivery truck to film a broom hovering in the sky. He's clearly puzzled as he verbally processes what he's seeing and can produce no explanations as to what's going on here. This is interesting as it's long been told in folklore and storybooks that witches travel on flying brooms. So is this what we're seeing here? A witch's broom floating high in the air propelled by magic? Or is it the more likely explanation of some sort of drone placed by someone intending to trick people? Luca claimed that they stared at it for a while before driving away, and that it stayed floating the entire time. He still seems puzzled as to what it was and has offered no further information about it, so we may never know for sure what this was. To those who have pets, they are usually seen as family. So when the sad time comes when one passes, it is definitely felt by the people who loved it, and they are terribly missed. This was true for a man named Howie when his family lost their dachshund. She was buried in the backyard after her passing and was never forgotten by the family. One night, Howie noticed something strange while his other dog was in the backyard, and he saw something through the lower window of the back door.
The dachshund we had passed away. The dachshund that we had passed away. That's weird. Passed away like 4 or 5 months ago. And I could have sworn I just saw her outside.
His still living dog can be seen standing to the right of a strange shape that appears in the window. The shape almost seems to resemble the dog he lost, and Howie sounds shocked to see it through the window. It quickly vanishes into thin air, and when he opens the door to investigate, there is nothing there. He seems convinced, however, that it was in fact their deceased dachshund, and that it showed up to say hi to him from the other side. So what do you think is going on here? Did his dead dog really appear to him that night? Or is there another animal of some kind looking in, and it just ran off too quickly to be seen? When shopping for antiques or old items with a long history of many owners throughout time, it is likely that you will come across some strange and unusual items. You may also find some morbid and creepy objects with a dark history. In January of this year, a man named Shane Barton purchased an old organ from the 1970s at an estate sale. With the organ, he also received a large pile of sheet music, as well as some old cassette tapes. He points out one specific tape with an off-putting message written on both sides. It reads, "This side is about girls." When he plays the tape, something very unsettling can be heard. A deep, disturbing voice saying something extremely creepy. Take a listen.
I found a secret message on a tape that came with this old organ from the 70s. I bought this thing at an estate sale, and inside the bench was all this old paperwork and these old tapes. And one of them immediately caught my attention because it was titled, "This Side is About Girls," on both sides. I already thought that was creepy, so I plugged it in and gave it a listen, and this thing barely plays, it's warped to hell, but this is what I think it says. Let me know if you think I'm right about what I'm hearing, and if there's demand for it, maybe I'll try out the other tapes. But for now, this thing's freaking me out.
Viewers were quick to point out that this was nothing more than an old tape with a slowed down recording of Squeezebox by The Who on it. Though others point out that it may partially be that, but the deep voice over top of the track is not anywhere to be found in the original song. So what does this mean? And what is this tape doing in this vintage organ? Did the person who made the tape possibly commit some horrible crime or act? Or was it only made to sound creepy by someone who owned the organ prior? Then again, maybe it's just a warped and damaged tape that only sounds like this is what it's saying. I'll play it one more time and let you be the judge.